gosh, he strutted right here for 5 minutes or more. Yes. Here he goes out. I don't move. I can just see his tail. Got him. Well, I got in here tonight. I'm not in my exact spot that I wanted to get set in, but right now I got a squirrel in a hole. I just watched him go in it. So I just kind of eased around the ridge and sat down right here. And right now I'm setting up about 15 yards from it. I got the range finders. I'll range it in a minute, but I'm not sitting far from it at all. My plans is to sit here for a little bit and rub two quarters together. I didn't believe this. You guys can look it up, man. I didn't believe this, but not too long ago, it's been about a week ago, that one that you guys ended up seeing me shooting the last episode, if you watched it, that's how I shot that squirrel. I took two nuts and I rubbed them together because he had been up in the trees. Our two quarters made it sound like a squirrel eating a nut, and he just come straight out, just how they said they would. I'm going to give it a little time, and I'm going to sit here and I'm going to try it, and I'll be God's honest truth. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. I am hunting with the F4 tonight, so it's dialed in at 20. I mean, dead on, so. Again, hopefully we can make it happen. I made it happen the other night. Hopefully we'll make it happen again, so stay tuned. I love late season squirrel hunting. Might have just got one with the F4, so he wasn't a very big squirrel. I pretty much held about, I would say, center of the rib cage, so maybe lung liver is what I should have hit on him. And from the looks of it, he didn't go far at all. So this one that was in the hole, I did my quarter calling and all that. It didn't work on him. He's still up in there, so. I ain't lying, man. I'm shaking. I love squirrel hunting like this, man. This is, you just sit here like you're deer hunting, but you just let the squirrels come to you. I know for sure he didn't go on down, so I'm pretty sure he's lying right there. I'm gonna wait a little bit, and I'm gonna get up, sneak around there and grab him. Well, as y'all just seen, we ended up smoking that one. I don't know if the camera got it, but you guys see how like blonde his tail was when he jumped into the frame? I just replayed the footage to see if I got it. I'm not 100% sure if I got the shot on camera. But you can definitely see him after I shoot him. He leaps onto the limb, sits there for just a second, and then kind of just bails off, and that's where I found him after walking up there. Anyway, I think I'm about 80% sure I just shot a gray / blonde squirrel. Half blonde, half gray. I know sometimes you can get a squirrel with a reddish brown fur, and I've seen one squirrel that was 100% a blonde squirrel, and he looked identical to this one. This one's tail, except his whole body and all was blonde, and I've only seen one in my lifetime. Me, my dad, and one of my cousins, we were out hunting, I think rabbit or something. We were riding down the road and we seen it running through the woods. And it definitely wasn't no red squirrel, it was definitely a blonde squirrel. I tell you what, y'all out there can tell me what you think. This is, I know you see sun, it just had to come out the moment I started to show you. Man, I wish this camera would do justice. You see how red this is? Yes, there's the sun hitting it, but that's just a way better look at it. He's got red that goes from here, and this is actual hair. Red that goes from here, and I know they get them from nuts and whatnot sometimes if they're eating heavy. Goes all the way down to the top of his head and right back down through his tail. But the tail definitely has the brightest blonde looking collar to it. Like right now, I can tell you, this one looking, this is, I'm wanting to say a blonde squirrel. I've shot 100,000 gray squirrels and I've never shot one this collar. So, if so, only thing I'm missing now would be an albino. So maybe one day I can luck into an albino or a piebald. I don't know if it's piebald. I'm sure it's piebald squirrels, but an albino and a piebald is the last thing I'm missing. But real quick, I need to hurry up and get set back down. I just wanted to share that with y'all. That's crazy to me. I don't know. I'm gonna go home and look up some images, and if I did just now shoot a blonde squirrel, this little guy would be on the wall soon with my black squirrel, because I got him mounted too. I shot 3 of those with air rifles, and I just shot this one with an air rifle. Got squirrels coming up the bank behind me. Found him. Just out of range, but he might come up this ridge to me. There's another blonde squirrel coming right to me. Got him that time. Come on, dude. Got him. About time. Well, y'all, that's right there is going to end up doing it for the night, but you talk about being chaotic. There was so much going on at once. I think that's why I missed my first 2 shots. Everyone has excuses, I understand, but I think I had gotten too excited. Right now, I was setting right here. There's my footprints. He was at 18 yards. This gun's dead on at 15. I don't know what it does at 18. I know 15 and under is dead on, and usually my fall strategies always put me really, really tight to the squirrels. But here I got a little bit too excited, as y'all seen, and I mean, you know, we can make excuses, whatever. I probably did just get too excited and pull the trigger, but that last shot, I got so frustrated with myself because when he was right there in that fork of that tree, I remember I put the scope right in the center of his chest and I squeezed that trigger. And I knew it was an instant hit. I could hear the whop when the pellet hit him, and then you guys could see him like bomb dime out of the tree, and I thought that he had taken off running, and I'm like, are you kidding me? I was just pretty much speechless, and when I got up there, I thought I could see a tail, wasn't sure, but then as you guys could see, one dart straight out in front of me, down across the bottom. I think this is how it all went down. Like I said, it's chaotic. All right, y'all, this is them at low light. Look at how red their tails are. No sun. Ain't nobody gonna say or tell me there's any sun. Look at this. 2 gray squirrels. I looked them up. They're called half blondes. Look at this. And here's the thing. Currently at 5:02. And 2 half blonde squirrels. I'm sorry for the shaky footage. Well, we're back in here again tonight where I shot those 2. They ended up being a blonde squirrel. It was about a half and half, you know, so I'm not going to count them as fully blonde, but for sure their tails was blonde, so that's cool. That's my very first time ever for that. Last night when we were in here, there was a bunch of squirrels just right in this area, a bunch of beech trees, acorns, oaks, all of them's right here. And I heard a bunch of them right here scraping and whatnot, and I was just around the bend. So tonight I just went ahead and I came in, and on my way in I jumped one up about 50 from me, and there was another one right here to my left about 40, and then one went that way, one went back this way somewhere. I think this one back here has a den tree, so he's probably sitting within earshot of me right now. If there's as many in here as there was last night, we ought to be in for a good hunt. long story short, I was filming some deer right here below me, and I thought I seen a squirrel run up at me. Turns out it was. He came about 15 from me, and I just heard him, got the GoPro one, but he wouldn't hold still long enough for me to feel comfortable shooting, so he got away. Got him. Hit him hard that time. Alright, y'all, this is where a lot of people wouldn't show or say, mention, but there's blood right there on the leaf. And tracked him all the way up to this old dead fallen tree log. He followed it all the way up the bottom and all the way up, and he's under here now. And as of right now, I'm trying to get him out, trying to figure it out. You talk about feeling defeated, buddy. I'm just now getting out from under the logs. Y'all can see sun sinking in the background. I still do have quite a bit of shooting hours left, but that's it for one day. That's about all I can handle. I don't know how many squirrels I saw. Here towards the end, there was just more and more and more, and I had that one jump above me while I was trying to get this one. I don't even know if anything was turned on at the time, but the fact of the matter is, here it comes down to the old Ruger Impact Max Elite 22 caliber. When I first got the rifle, videos don't lie. Y'all seen it. Deadly, shooting, killing everything, right? If I'm coming out here, I'd rather know for sure if I'm taking a shot, it's bringing him down, no questions asked. Now, if I got to sit here and second guess myself as to why that squirrel got away, that's it. So, for the Ruger Impact Max Elite 22, this is going to be the final hunt with it. I'm going to do some penetration tests, compare it to the 177s that I have, and who knows? If you ask me, this thing probably wouldn't go through 2 cans of Mountain Dew, which is bad because when I first bought it, this thing was shooting hard. Now there could be some faults of it could be anything. The piston may be damaged. I wouldn't see how. I mean, all I do is hunt with it. Other than yesterday, I shot a lot. Again, that'll do it for me. When I come back tomorrow night, I don't know if I'll hunt back in here again. That's 3 nights I've been in here. I shot the 2 blondes up on top of the hill. Came down in there that one night, missed that one. Just now wounded this one, which will be the final squirrel hunt with this rifle until I figure out what the hell's going on with it. And what I mean by that, we're gonna, I don't know. Well, that's another night ended on this old log. I put a lot of squirrels across this log the past year and a half. But in case you all was wondering, I probably didn't do an intro to this video. I'm using the Black Hawk Elite made by Ruger, .177 caliber. I have a 3x9x40, if I'm not mistaken, Bushnell scope on it. And as you guys can see from the results, shoots great. Shot 3 times tonight, all 3 headshots. Farthest squirrel was 30 yards. The closest one to me, I think, was, I don't know, 14, 15 yards, I think is where I ranged that tree at before. So I was gonna hunt this finger ridge out here tonight. And on my way to it, I ended up seeing a squirrel just right here in this block of timber. This is the same block where I hunted in 2 nights ago, but except I was way down in the holler. Tonight I'm more up on the ridge right where I shot the 2 blonde squirrels. I shot the 1 blonde squirrel about 20 feet from where I'm sitting now, and then I shot the other one about 30 yards from where I'm at right now. Anyway, I came in over here after 1 squirrel tonight, and then there was just squirrels everywhere. They weren't up on this ridge 2 days ago. They were all on the bottom. That's where I ended up wounding that one, was down in that bottom. But tonight they were all over this ridge. And long story short, I seen this one. He kept pouncing around on these trees barking. So I'm like, all right, I'll get in position. I got up there, sat there, and every time I get the camera on him, get the rifle, he would jump over on another limb or whatever. Well, eventually he jumps up into these forks, comes out, and I don't know, I think he's 19 yards, he just sticks his head out perfect. And that was all I could see, and I just leaned real slow, and I'm pretty sure I got it on camera. I just put the crosshairs in center, head shot, down he went. The second squirrel, I'd actually just went ahead and I came to this log. I was just gonna sit here, kind of gauge through the bottom, just see if I could see any movement down in there, because I could definitely hear him down there. But about the time I got here, I just kind of looked down the ridge, and there's one, he goes right in this little hole. This tree was probably this big around, it goes down in it. And I'm like, oh, I could get him, you know. I knew that wasn't his main hole, that was just a getaway one. So I just kind of snuck down to this tree. I think I was 14 yards from it. I sat down, wasn't there 5-10 minutes. His head come out and he sat for a long time. I'm trying to, you know, in my head I'm thinking I should ought to get camera and stuff on, but what I did is I waited and kind of the clouds and stuff got out, and when it did, that sun got real bright and I knew it. I said, he's not gonna be able to see me, and that's when I got the camera and everything on. And about the time I got it on, he had already came out the hole, and as you guys can see, you guys picked up from there, made a beautiful headshot on him, thumped him, down he went, and walked down, got him. And then I came right back up because again, all them squirrels was up here, and even though I spooked them when I come up in here, they just went a little bit over the ridge and stayed. So I just stayed right down there, about halfway down the ridge. I just stayed, and I figured, you know, sooner or later one's coming up. Long story short, one came up the ravine and went up this tree up here behind me, and I didn't even know he was there. I could hear him moving, but I thought he was going to pop up like 10 from me. In reality, he had already went all the way around me, just through that little ravine, and went up in the tree behind me. And I ended up shooting him at 30 yards even from the tree I was at to there. Made a beautiful headshot on him, another big eastern gray squirrel. And with that, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm always doing some squirrel hunting, air rifle hunting, and I'm also working on a project for the summer that a lot of you all may or may not like. Who knows? We just have to wait and see. And also share it with your friends and family or Facebook, anything. Just get it out there. And a lot of people out there love watching people squirrel hunt with an air rifle, and that's about 95% of what I do. I do take regular 22, 17 shotguns every once in a while, especially public land. I definitely hunt with the regular, you know, shotgun rifle. But when I'm on private land, I usually just take my air rifle and get real close to the squirrels and whatnot. But with that, I'm gonna go home and get something to eat, and so y'all be sure to stay tuned, and see you on another episode of Hunt Fish Ohio Outdoors.
He had it hard.